What are your thoughts on the win performance and perhaps even the amount of goalkeeper as well?
The last one?
The goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
The goal?
I said well done. He had many saves, so many, I think, to be clear goals were not in, so he kept them in the game. So I would say the performance till the box was good, but then the finishing, of course, was not that good. And let's hope that we save the goals for coming week.
Samuel,
what was the thinking behind the substitutions? Because 3 of the players they combined for the goal. Was it more penetration required?
First of all, I want to put Marcus closer with Ronnie to give him more support, and also to get a different variation on the right wing. They have to adapt to more a midfield player like Bruno is than a typical winger, and in that cooperation they are adapted for 60 minutes on Anthony and Diogo. Then with Bruno and with Diogo you get a different variation what they have to adapt to, and that is you try to bring an impact. You bring an impulse in the game. That was the idea, and obviously also with Marcus more box entrance.
Erik, how do you improve the finishing? I'm guessing you can't have any complaints about more than 30 odd shots on goal, but how do you improve your players' finishing?
What you see is that we in every game except the game against Brentford we score, and so in this team there's a lot of creativity and scoring capabilities. So sometimes you have a night it will not succeed, and some players had today was the night. But what the cool thing is, and I have to credit the team for that, they keep going and they don't give up. They keep believing in the score, and in the end they get rewarded, and that is the way how you have to do it.
But have you had a night as a manager like that before, where you've dominated for so long and made so many chances?
Yeah, I had. Unluckily, I had many more from those nights where you play well, you create chances, but you don't net. But finally, of course, football is about scoring goals and avoid them.
Rob,
I think that's 4 games in a row now that one of your substitutes has come on and scored. You seem to be having quite an influence on the touchline at the moment.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that, and it tells you something about the spirit in the team, in the squad. That they understand it's not about 11 players; it's about the squad. You have to do it, and sometimes it works like that. And of course, when you believe in it, opponent getting tired, then subs they can have an impact when they have the right attitude, when they have the right focus to be direct, and they are fresh and score. But also defending, like take the example Rafa Varane Sunday. He came in and he had a massive defense action against otherwise Pickford should have scored.
You take some credit for that yourself, though, picking the right player at the right time to change game.
No, but it's not about me, and that is also look, when you bring in Scott McTominay, you know, of course, that he can arrive there, but it's not the typical scorer who will score you 20 goals. But when you bring Marcus Rashford behind, and I didn't even mention when you bring an impact, a new combination over the left with Luke and with Jadon, and I think also about that we create energy with them. They bring in tempo over that wide area of the left wide area, so that's good to see, and then it can be that your sub will score. But what I say also, they have, players also have different other tasks, like Rafa Varane or Scott McTominay in Everton when he came on to save the win.
Flex.
Erik, Jadon Sancho was involved in our goal today. What's been your instruction to him in terms of taking on players? I know you spoke about it with Anthony in terms of trying to go on his right-hand side to take players on. You're demanding more. Jadon spent a little bit of time outside of the team. What was your instruction to him coming onto the field in terms of taking on players and in general to get his game up to par?
We have so many games to cover, and we have 5, 6 qualified offensive players, and we can rotate that. That's one, but also think about that what I just mentioned, to bring in variations to get a surprise in, and that is what you get, for instance, with Jadon. And I think only the game against Everton he didn't come on, but all the other games he had playtime, a lot of starts, and I think he's doing also really well. Of course, the one performance is better than the other one, that's clear. But you see today, luckily, he had an impact by some good dribbles, good combinations with Luke Shaw, and finally he was involved in scoring the goal.
Is that important for him, combination plays, instead of the ball just arriving at Jadon's feet and saying beat 1 or 2 players? Are you looking for him to get the best out of him, that to say he needs combinations, he needs to bounce passes off players and get overlaps and underlaps and wall passes? Is that the best way to unlock Jadon?
I think for almost for everyone they need it, and nowadays football is not that way, that when you beat one that the pitch is open, so you need an overload around the ball that they have options like combinations or dribble, and so especially the creative players like Jadon, Anthony, they can beat players in a 1-against-1, but it gets more simple for them when they have options to play around. So we want to create that overload in the wide areas so that they can do that.
Okay, that concludes the press conference for tonight's post.